So hello folks, and welcome back to this new tutorial from Oracle Cloud Fusion application series. If you are here the first time, my name is Yusuf. I'm doing tutorials and step-by-step videos on how to work on this cloud application from Oracle. And yeah, if you are new here, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe and notifications button so you will get my latest videos. So for today we will discuss how to run and schedule processes in the Oracle application Fusion. So it is an essential task that everyone, or not everyone pretty much, it's administrators or application analysts that they're managing the application, sometimes users like ARP users or financial users, HCM as well. They're gonna be running some processes um, to get either way synchronization with the data or several cases that you have to run this process. But for administrators, there are the ones that they're going to be scheduling processes that they're going to be running, for example, every day or every 24 hours, every week, every month. Yeah, you're going to be responsible for that. So today we will see how we can run those processes and how to schedule them. So let's start. We will go to the hamburger menu and we will go to tools, and from tools we're gonna select schedule processes. So in this video I will show you guys two important processes. One of them is the LDAP. It's the lightweight directory access protocol that you're gonna be running more often. That's for administrators. For example, someone doesn't have an access, called you or creates a ticket for you to give him an access. You added a role. You have the process scheduled to run, like for example every 24 hours, but the user is not gonna wait for 24 hours to do his job. So you have to go and run this LDAP process so it can synchronize the latest modifications to roles and users. So that's why it's really important to know how to do that. The second one we're gonna schedule, it's an important one as well, which is the global notification synchronization. You see this built in here. If you have a lot of notifications, they will be popping up in here, and this process will refresh the global header. So when you approve something or when you submit or ignore something, it will not still popping up here. Like for example, if you have 100 and you already rejected like 50 and approved like 20, you shouldn't be having 100 in here. So that's why. So first we're gonna click so this is the main page for schedule processes. You can search for processes that you have running by clicking on this search button. You have a lot of criteria in here. You can search by name, process ID, status. Also you can search by submitting time, and for the saved search you can save it as the last 12, 24 or last hours. It's up to you guys. Here, if you know like the one that was submitted by, you can search by the person who submitted and click search, and it will show the processes. So to schedule a new one, we will go and hit schedule new process in here. Most of the time you have to we're gonna schedule job processes. Most of the time you're gonna be going and searching because there is too many of them and you cannot find them in here. So let's hit that search. I'm just gonna hit LDAP and click OK. So here we have multiple options. The one that you usually will be running for users is the first one, retrieve latest LDAP changes. So it will synchronize the latest changes that you have made for the roles or for users or groups. Sometimes you might have to schedule this one as well to be running, like for example 24 hours. This is it will manage requests and synchronize as well whatever left from the users and the roles. We're not going to be running those ones, so I will choose this one right here. Click OK. It's gonna pop up in here and it will tell you here the description: synchronizes users roles and role grant with definition in LDAP. So we will click OK, and the process page will show up in here. As I said, from here you don't have no options. This is just an example, guys, simple example, but for specific, like for example, for the financial processes, you will have a lot of options in here that you have to fill up. So this is just a regular example. So we're not gonna be scheduling this one, we're gonna be submitting this one. So we're gonna hit submit. It will pop up with this confirmation that was submitted. I will give you a process ID and we will click OK, and it's gonna close this window right here. So you have to click refresh and you will see it in here. So the status is running. I know it depends on your environment how many data that you have. Probably, you know, it takes time. As I said, it depends on how many users and roles you have in your environment. For this one, I'm using the Oracle University. It's gonna have a lot, so it's not gonna be running. But when it finishes, it will show you here that it was succeeded. That's how to know that the process was successfully submitted and run. So yeah, this is the first one, guys. Retrieve the latest LDAP changes. That is really important that you have this one schedule to run every 24 hours. They said every day to retrieve the latest changes that you have made in your environment. But sometimes you have to run it manually because users are not gonna wait 24 hours to do their job. So you may have to run it more often. The second one that I'm gonna schedule is the let me search for it. I'm just gonna type in global, I hit the enter, and it's gonna show up in here. So this is the last one in here: synchronize notifications in global header. So this is as well, it's really important to schedule it. It depends on your organization. In my organization, I have it scheduled every 3 minutes. So every 3 minutes, it will update these notifications from here. So people, they will not be overwhelmed when they approve requests, when they approve requisitions, when they reject, for example, an invoice or something like that. It's a lot of stuff they will receive, especially if you are a manager or director or whatever, you're approving a lot. You will see this one having like 70, 80 or something like that. So this process, it will refresh the header. So any rejected, approved request, or it's not gonna be popping up in here because Oracle by default doesn't have this synchronization notification global header process run by default. So we're gonna click OK in here. As usual, as I said, it's gonna be popping up. It's a simple process, not really complicated. We're gonna hit advance, and here we have schedule. So here you have two options: as soon as possible, and you have using schedule. I'm gonna click on using schedule. So here it will tell you the frequency. So once, if you choose this once, it's gonna be a run just once and that's it. For now, I'm gonna run you. So you have options. You can choose by hour and minutes, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. I'm just gonna choose daily, and he's gonna ask you for so here days between runs, it will ask you how many days. I'm just gonna choose 1 day, so it will run 24 every 24 hours. If you choose 2 days, it's gonna be running every 48 hours, of course, but I'm gonna run it every day. And here it's gonna ask you for the start date and the end date. So for example, you wanna run it, um let's see, what's today? Today is the 14th. I'm gonna leave it for 14, but let's 25. I'm just gonna do 30 in here, 30 p.m. And I'm gonna hit OK. So this is the start date. It's gonna start today, but the end date, guys, you have to choose an end date. So for me, I'm gonna choose 2023. So October 2023. But remember, guys, because Oracle doesn't let you choose, like for example, if I choose 99 in here, I don't think so it's gonna allow me to do that. So let's choose, for example, 31st. Let's do 31st, 525, and hit OK. Yeah, so let me do that. But yeah, so from here, so remember, guys, the end date, it's not the date that is gonna end in that moment. No. So the start date is gonna start today, and it depends how many time it's gonna take to run. But the end date is gonna be when this process you want it to stop. Like, you cannot schedule it for to run forever, so you have to choose a number. And notifications here, you can just add the notifications. I don't think so you need that, because probably you're gonna be running it like every hour. I just give you an example, guys, here, frequently daily, but I will rather run it hourly. I will choose hourly in here, in minutes, and time between runs. I'm just gonna select 1 hour, every 1 hour, and it's gonna start from here. So it's gonna run at 5:30, it's gonna run at 6:30, 7:30, and so on. And from here we're just gonna submit. So that's the only thing that you have to do, and submit. Hopefully it doesn't give us, you see, this is what I told you, guys. You must enter an end date and time this after the start date and time. Okay, if you go in here, so this date, it's 2029, so it is after 2025. But Oracle does not let you choose, like, a farther ahead year. So I'm gonna do 30 in here, and it's gonna let us do that. So it did not change in here. It should change. So let's do 31st. Well, it doesn't change. October. Oh, let's do December. 30. Now I click on. Yeah, so let's choose 31st and click OK. Yeah, so now it changes. I don't know, for this time Oracle has to work on it, more on it, to be flexible and to be responsive more than that. So if I hit submit, it's gonna go through. Yeah, so the process was submitted. You click OK, and it's done. So if you refresh, you're gonna see another, you see here. So it's the synchronized notification global here that is waiting to be run. So the next run, it's gonna be running 6:30 p.m. That's the schedule time. So 6:30 p.m. and it's gonna be running every hour. For, as I said, this is really important. You might have to run it every 15 20 minutes, probably 5 minutes. It doesn't hurt, but it's up to you, it's up to your company and stuff like that. As I said, if you wanna, for some reason, if you schedule a process and you don't want to do it anymore, you don't want to schedule it anymore, or you make a mistake and you want to stop it, you have to go back to the original one. So you see this original one that we scheduled, so you have to go to this original one so you can cancel it completely. If you just clicked on this one and cancel process, it's gonna cancel just this one that is not gonna be running at this 6:30 time, but it's gonna be running at 7:30, 8:30 and so on. If you want to cancel it completely, you have to look for the original process that says waiting, and you have to cancel process or put on hold or whatever you want to do. So just keep that in mind, guys. And yeah, so this is it. This is the end of this video. I just want to show you guys how to run processes on the go and schedule processes. Those are just two simple examples, but there are more complicated schedules that you can run for ARP, financials, procurement, grants, and HCM. And yeah, if you want a specific one, if you have questions or any specific one that you can you have to ask, just let me know in the comments and I will do a video and show you guys how to run that specific one. Thank you guys for watching and see you in the next video.